So you might be wondering, why am I opening a pair of AirPods Pro in 2023? These things have been out for a while. They're nothing new, but the truth is that I needed another pair of wireless earbuds. And I thought that the Beats Studio Buds Plus could be that for me because they look so cool, but admittedly I didn't do a lot of research into it before I bought them, and I just didn't realize how underwhelming they were for me compared to my AirPods Pro. I don't want to yuck someone else's yum, and if you love these earbuds, these Beats Studio Buds Plus, then I'm super happy for you. I think they look super cool, and if they work for you, that's really great because, you know, on paper, there's not a lot wrong with them. The problem is that for me, they're just a very underwhelming product, and for $50 more, I can get something that's way more useful for me to use and something I'll actually use. I would never use these, or I would rarely use these. Even if I did end up keeping them, I'm going to return them. And so that would just basically be a waste of money for me because it wouldn't get a lot of use compared to spending an additional $50 on Amazon and getting another pair of AirPods Pro, the second generation, which would be worth a lot more for me because it'll actually be used on a more regular basis. Let's go through this very straightforward, nothing surprising unboxing, but it's still fun to buy like old products and in like the current time. Here's the box. AirPods Pro box. Still, you know, these are on sale all the time on Amazon. This was $50 off on there, so $200 total, which, you know, is pricey for a pair of wireless earbuds, but the AirPods Pro sound quality, noise cancellation, ability to pair, the wireless charging, it's one of the most convenient products I think I've ever used, and they've improved the switching between your different Apple devices now in the ecosystem, because initially that was a problem for me. So like that handoff you get between your Mac or your iPad and your phone, it's improved so much within the past year or 2 years that these are a no-brainer for me. This is my go-to pair of wireless earphones. So no plastic on these boxes anymore. It still has the lightning to charge. The rumor is that it's going to be getting USB-C maybe later this year, maybe next year, but it's not a huge deal for me anyway because I wirelessly charge the AirPod Pro case, so whether it has USB-C or not at this point is kind of not a huge deal. Little tabs in the back, no plastic, this is paper. You can just go ahead and rip those off, slide open the box, and that's it. Front, you get a little literature. I think since these are considered an accessory, you don't get Apple stickers. I always forget what the rules are for that. Yeah, no Apple stickers, which is totally fine. Little instruction manual on how to use this and a whole bunch of warranty papers. That is kind of a lot. I don't remember there being that many in any other product. But we can go ahead and put this away and set this aside. Inside the box, you have the AirPods in their case, and it's wrapped in this feels like plastic. Maybe they should switch this to paper too. And then these should just slide out of the packaging like that. And then at the bottom of the case, you get, the bottom of the package, you get a cable, USB-C to Lightning to charge your AirPods, and then you get the tips in here as well if you need to change out the size of the tips. And that's it. That's the unboxing. And I'm actually surprisingly excited for this. I wasn't expecting to get so excited since I already have a pair and I've used them for however long they've been out now, but they're just such a useful pair of technology to have that I really do enjoy the AirPods a lot. So here we go. Here it is. You can tell this is the second gen because it has a little lanyard attachment on it, so that is cool. That's how you differentiate from the first gen, which, by the way, if you have the first gen, I strongly encourage you to try the second gen. The difference in the audio quality is so noticeable, as is the difference in the noise cancellation, as well as the touch controls on the side. It's just such a huge difference. I would really recommend you consider upgrading to the second generation because it just makes the experience like completely different, to me at least. Like, it seems like really small things, but when you have to go back, when I've had to go back to my first gen AirPod Pros, I'm like, oh my God, these are terrible. And they're not terrible, but they feel terrible compared to the second gen because they just lack so many like features. It was like, yeah, these why were these features not on the first gen? So they could sell you the second gen. That's why they weren't on the first one. Anyway, let's go ahead and pair these up then. All you have to do is move this over, show your phone, open the case next to it, and it pops up on the phone. There it is, AirPods Pro. I'll click connect. It should name it for me automatically. Press once on either side to play pause, twice to skip forward, 3 times to skip backwards. I know about that. Adjust the volume by swiping up and down on the stems, which is super useful. Use that all the time. I know about that as well. What else I got? Noise control. Press and hold to switch between transparency and noise cancellation, which I also know about. What else are they going to tell me? Control center. Press the volume slider on your phone, on the control slider to switch between transparency, change the volume, etc. We all know about that too. Announce calls and notifications, which I kind of hate, to be honest. I don't love the calls and notifications announcement, but I keep it on because I'm usually on Do Not Disturb anyway, so nothing ever gets announced to me. That's it. That is all there is to it. AirPods Pro 2nd Gen unboxing. I'm excited. Hopefully this was fun. Probably not a ton of fun because there's not a lot going on, but it's so cool to see. And it's always a good experience to use. And you also get a little bit of insight into my final thoughts on the Beats Studio Buds Plus, which is a mouthful. Jeez, it's a terrible name actually. If you have an Android phone and you are also okay with a lot of compromise, go with the Beats Studio Buds Plus. If you have a pair of AirPods Pro 2nd Gen, there's really no reason to buy this to improve on that experience. If you just want the case, the color, whatever, then sure, I think that's a good purchase. Otherwise, I would just buy another pair of AirPods Pro. If you have the AirPods Pro 1st generation, I will say the sound quality was better for me on the Beats Studio Buds Plus, but there is a little bit, at least in my product, of like a humming noise. I think that's coming from the noise cancellation that was there all the time, and it drove me absolutely crazy. So, just keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting these instead of upgrading to the 2nd Gen AirPods Pro from your 1st Gen AirPods Pro. Otherwise, unfortunately, I don't see a lot of utility in this product for me and for a lot of other people, mainly because the fact that the buzzing noise is always there, and also that the audio quality is not as good as we get in the AirPods, and the noise cancellation isn't as good as what you get in the 2nd Gen AirPod Pros. So that's why I don't think it's a great product, because their other earbuds, the AirPods, like right from the same company, from Apple, is a much better product. But if you somehow find some utility in this, or you find some value in this, let me know. I'm interested to see what kind of use case you might have for this. Maybe use it in the gym, or maybe use it for a situation where you don't want like a stem like coming down your ear. Whatever it is, I'd be interested to know, because I personally just couldn't find one for myself. And the only one I can think of for other people is if you use Android, then these will probably work really, really well with those, with Android phones. I've talked your ear off at this point. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna go enjoy these new AirPod Pros. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.